Once upon a time, in the heart of a lush green jungle, there lived a brave and noble king named Leo. King Leo was loved by all the animals in the jungle for his kindness and bravery. His roar was so powerful that it echoed through the trees, and his mane was so thick and luxurious that it flowed like a golden waterfall down his back. But despite his strength and power, Leo was not a proud or arrogant king. He was humble and down to earth, always ready to lend a helping paw to those in need. One day, as Leo was taking a stroll through the jungle with his loyal lion friend Leon, they came across a group of monkeys who were huddled together on a branch, chattering nervously. "What's wrong, little monkeys?" Leo asked, his voice booming but gentle. The monkeys explained that their home had been destroyed by a raging river and they had nowhere to live. "I'm sorry to hear that, little ones, but where else can you go?" "There's no other place like the treetops for a monkey to live," said Leon, his voice soft and reassuring. "Don't worry, little monkeys, I will help you find a new home," Leo promised, and true to his word, Leo used his mighty roar to call all the animals in the jungle to an emergency meeting. When all the animals had gathered, Leo explained the situation to them and asked if anyone had a suitable place for the monkeys to live. The elephants suggested that the monkeys could live in the hollows of their trunks, but the monkeys declined the offer as they were afraid of heights. The giraffes offered for the monkeys to live in the forks of their branches, but the monkeys were worried that they would be too exposed up there. Just when the monkeys were about to give up hope, a wise old turtle spoke up. "My home is not very high, but it has plenty of rooms," said the turtle. The monkeys were overjoyed and thanked the turtle for his kindness. Leo was also grateful for the turtle's quick thinking and decided to reward him with a beautiful shell. "Go pick out the prettiest shell you can find in the entire jungle," Leo ordered. The turtles were so happy that they all went out into the jungle to look for the best shells they could find. Meanwhile, the monkeys were settling into their new homes in the turtle's burrows when suddenly a terrible storm rolled in. The rain poured down in torrents and the wind howled through the trees. The monkeys were terrified as they had never seen such a fierce storm before. "Don't worry, little ones, I'll protect you," Leo said bravely. He stood in front of the entrance to the burrow, shielding the monkeys from the worst of the weather. As the storm raged on, the monkeys huddled closer and closer together until suddenly one of them slipped out of Leo's protective circle and ran away. Leo was too busy keeping the other monkeys safe to notice that one had escaped. As soon as the storm had passed, Leo rushed out of the burrow to find the missing monkey. He searched and called for the monkey, but it was nowhere to be found. Just when he was about to give up hope, he heard a faint scratching sound coming from inside the burrow. He rushed back to see what was happening and was shocked to see the monkey using his sharp claws to dig a hole out of the burrow. "Why are you doing that?" Leo asked, his voice filled with concern. "I'm going to find my family," said the monkey defiantly. "They're probably dead by now," Leo replied sadly. The monkey shook his head. "No, they're alive. I saw them running away from the storm and I know where they went," he said. Leo thought for a moment. "Are you sure they're safe there?" The monkey nodded his head. "Yes, I'm sure. They climbed up the tall tree and huddled together on a strong branch. No storm could ever reach them there," he said confidently. "Well then, I guess there's nothing more for me to do here," Leo said with a sigh. He knew that he couldn't force the monkey to stay in the safety of the turtle's burrow, so he decided to let him go. As the monkey made his way through the underbrush, he couldn't help but feel a sense of unease. He had never been this far away from the protection of the turtle's burrow before, and he couldn't shake the feeling that something was watching him. Suddenly, he heard a loud crack and jumped in fright. A large branch had fallen from a nearby tree and landed just a few feet away from him. If he hadn't moved, the branch would have hit him squarely on the head. The monkey's heart raced as he realized how close he had come to danger. With newfound determination, he quickened his pace, eager to reunite with his family. Meanwhile, at the tall tree where the rest of the monkey troop had taken shelter, they were indeed safe and sound. Huddled together on a sturdy branch, they had weathered the storm without a single casualty. When the first rays of sunlight peeked through the canopy, the monkeys emerged from their shelter, shaken but unharmed. They looked around, relieved to find themselves safe and sound. As the day wore on, the monkeys went about their daily activities, swinging from vine to vine and foraging for food. They couldn't help but feel a sense of gratitude for the wise old turtle whose burrow had protected them during the storm. Back at the turtle's home, Leo was still searching for the missing monkey when the rest of the troop returned from their trip to the tall tree. They were overjoyed to see that Leo had not given up on finding their missing member. Together, they set off to find the monkey, determined to bring him back to safety. As they made their way through the dense foliage, the monkeys noticed something peculiar. Their missing friend had left a trail of scratches on the trees, as if he were trying to lead them somewhere. Intrigued, the monkeys followed the trail, eager to see where it might lead. After what seemed like hours of searching, the trail led them to a clearing, and there in the center of the clearing was the missing monkey, sitting calmly on a rock. The monkeys were overjoyed to find him safe and sound and rushed over to greet him. But their joy was short-lived as they soon realized that the monkey was not alone. Surrounding the monkey were several other animals, including a sly fox, a cunning hyena, and a pair of beady-eyed vultures. The monkey had clearly made some unlikely friends since his disappearance. But what were these new friends up to, and what did they want with the missing monkey? The monkeys exchanged nervous glances. They had never seen this group of animals together before, and they couldn't be sure of their intentions. Had their missing friend gotten himself into more trouble? Only time would tell. As the monkeys cautiously approached the clearing, they couldn't help but overhear the conversation between the fox, the hyena, and the vultures. You see, these three animals had been planning to steal food from the nearby village, but they needed someone with knowledge of the area to guide them. That's where the missing monkey came in. He had agreed to lead them to the best places to find food in exchange for protection from harm. The monkeys were horrified. They had never heard their normally timid friend speak with such confidence and authority, but they knew they had to do something to get him back. They just didn't know what. As the monkeys pondered their next move, Leo stepped forward. He had been listening to the conversation as well, and he knew he had to act quickly. If the animals were working together, they would be a formidable team to take on. But Leo was not one to back down from a challenge. With a deep breath, he let out a mighty roar and charged towards the group. The animals scattered as Leo approached, but not before the monkey had thrown a banana peel in his path. Leo slipped on the peel and landed flat on his face. The monkeys burst into laughter, but Leo was not amused. He got up and dusted himself off and continued to search for the monkey. He knew that their friend was in danger, and he wasn't going to give up until he brought him home. To be continued.